Hi everyone. It's Friday and it's almost noon, and I'm gonna try and use my whole 15 minutes to talk about, I know you've been waiting, things that bother me. There's a lot of things that bother me. I will first say I'm not trying to offend anyone, and I hope that you just take it as my personal opinion of what randomly I decided to talk about of things that bother me. A lot of things bother me because I'm a Virgo. Virgos like things really particular and specific and correct. Um, we're fans of common sense. We're fans of doing things ourselves because we do them better than anyone else. I don't think that all Virgos are this way, but I was raised by a Virgo, and I'm actually cussed. You guys probably watched the previous video that would explain all that, so I'm not going to get into that. But I have a lot of strong, specific improvement tendencies. So I like to have things perfect, whatever that means. So, well, let's start with the top of my list. This one I just added yesterday because I got my list back from Sarah. Yay! Thank you, Sarah, for remembering it was in your coat pocket. Okay. This has to do with a lot of what's been going on in my life lately. In my entire life, I have never cried as much as I have in the past 3 months. I effing hate crying. I believe it's a sign of weakness. A lot of people have corrected me and told me that it's a human emotion and I have to do it because it's part of the healing process and all that jazz. But I still think it's BS. Just saying. So crying because of frustration or a boy or people in general. Haters and people that just say mean things to say mean things. Now, I have been guilty of this. I've never made anyone cry. There was this one time in high school. I wasn't exactly a bully, but this one guy, he dated this girl that was a known slut in school, and I couldn't stand the girl for many, many reasons, and that's a whole nother story. So I used to tell him that he was dumb for dating her because he was probably going to catch an STD. Now, that was mean. But it also was kind of the truth, and he was a really nice boy. What's really sad about that boy, his name was Brandon Fox, is he committed suicide when we were in high school. I attended his funeral because I felt bad, because I was one of the many people that used to bully him. Now, I wasn't bullying him, like I didn't push him to that point, but I definitely said things like that, well, I've learned. Okay, I'm 30 now. I was like 17, 16 then, so there's that. I also had senioritis pretty bad, so that was also part of it. And also, I was in band, and she had to sit next to me in band class. And anyway, she was a skank. That's what I used to call her all the time. And I guess I'm still proud of it because I'm laughing about it. That sucks when you have to cry over stuff. And I hope that I've never pushed anyone to that. I'm full of critical, harsh comments. People don't like the truth most times, and the truth is really hard to hear. So part of the reason why I've been crying lately is because my ex-boyfriend is a liar. He's one of those guys that says what he needs to say in order to get what he wants. And so I didn't really realize that until recently. But anyway, I've been crying a lot lately because I don't think I get to be a taxi driver anymore, which is really sad. I just got told by the last big company in Ann Arbor yesterday that my reputation precedes me. So I have no idea what kind of mess is getting talked about me in the Ann Arbor taxi world, but I'm over it. I just need to work. I'm so sick of not working. Oh, that's another thing I hate, not working. That's not what's next on the list, but it's definitely on my list is unemployment slash the inability to get work, and also being blacklisted. These things, I'm going to just mark it off so I don't talk about it again. These things suck. People that have power, I'm not saying it's always men, but I'm having an issue with being a strong woman in a world where men are in power, and it's really frustrating. I've come to the realization that I need to work for myself, which is kind of impossible because I don't have a college degree yet. I'm 5 classes away and an internship from having a double bachelor's in psychology and sociology. And it pains me that $3,000 is what's standing between me and that degree, while getting back to school at least. Money. Oh, that's another thing that bothers me. I hate money. Money's dumb. Credit is also dumb. Those things are dumb because we never have enough money when we need it. And when we do have a bunch of money, it seems like people that get a bunch of money, you know, winning the lottery or making an investment in it coming through or whatever, they mismanage their money and then they're broke again, and it sucks. It sucks. We can't trust financial investors to have our best interest because they don't. They're just trying to make money off of us, and it's a bummer. So anyway, I'm not really going to get into that more unless people want me to get into that more, but I'm going to move on instead. Next thing on the list, people that don't pick up their feet when they walk. God gave us legs with muscles for a reason, and I'm not talking about the elderly. There's a lot of older people who probably when they were younger didn't pick up their feet when they walked, so now their muscles suck and their muscles don't want to work for them and they have to use walkers and wheelchairs to get around. That sucks, and I feel bad for them. But the fact is that exercise is what can help you pick up your feet when you walk. It drives me crazy when I'm rarely at the mall, but when I'm in places where lots of people are, like the mall, and all I can hear is shuffling feet. And these are teenagers shuffling their feet. What the F is wrong with your frickin' feet? Pick them up. Pick them up when you walk. It's not that difficult. It really isn't. In fact, you don't even have to pick them up like you're marching down the road. You just have to pick them up so that your shoes don't slide on the ground. It's not that difficult. It really isn't. You should try it sometime. Let's see. Next thing on the list. Oh, Sarah laughed when she read this one. I recently watched Bobcat Goldthwait's movie, God Bless America, and there's a little teenage girl in that movie who wants to shoot people because they abuse words, and I identify with that because there are people that abuse words. The one example that I wrote down, although there are many more, is the word hella. I've actually been using this word more because I like the word hella. I don't know where it originated. I should probably check that out. I think it was an East Coast origination, but might be a West Coast origination. The thing is that if you use a word like 5 times in a sentence, that doesn't make up a whole sentence. Like, multiple words are what make up a sentence. You can't say like, oh man, that concert last night was hella awesome. So many hella awesome people in the crowd. There was hella wicked. What are you trying to say? One of the things that my problem that I have with America is people's lack of knowledge and lack of vocabulary. There's so many wonderful words in our American English language. And I personally don't feel like I use enough words in the American English language. There's so many wonderful words. But I do like to use words, and I have a couple of friends who love to tell me when I'm just speaking to them. They say, oh, nice word use. Oh, I haven't heard that word in a while. I can't give you examples right now because I didn't write them down. But it's definitely, people should be taking advantage of words, all words, in the English language. That's just my thing. A long time ago, maybe like 10 years ago, after Pulp Fiction came out, there was an interview of Ving Rhames on the Independent Film Channel, and one of the questions they asked was like, what's something really interesting about you that you do to improve your knowledge? And his response was so fantastic. I don't do this because I don't spend a long time in the bathroom, but his response was, I read a dictionary in the bathroom to expand my vocabulary. That is so smart because you're utilizing, I mean, a lot of men mostly, I mean, I'm sure women do too. I don't really pay attention to the comings and goings of people in the bathroom, but men do spend more time sitting on the toilet, if you know what I'm saying. So they read books and stuff in the bathroom. My dad used to do that all the time. But a dictionary? Way to think outside the box. That's really great. Hi, Mom. So the thing is that if you have a spare couple of minutes and you can read, then why not read a dictionary? There, you're gonna at least retain one word
Or
out
the
of the
encyclopedia.
or the encyclopedia. Thanks, Mom. My mom's got my back. Um, the thing is that knowledge is power, and people tend to treat you better if you speak well. I've just noticed that because sometimes I fly off the handle and I don't speak well, and I can see the reactions in people and how it changes. I don't really care one way or the other. Like sometimes I want to speak that way, and sometimes I want to speak like I'm really educated because I am pretty educated. I'm not a straight A student in school, but I did learn a lot in college, and I am looking forward to going back. Anyway, moving on. Let's see what's next on the list. Bug bites. Recently, especially the past few days, our poor little kitties, well, over the past month, because of the wonderful weather, our three kitties inside this household have been killing so many things, birds and mice and what have you, frogs, because we have quite a few things living in our area. One of them or more of them have contracted fleas. So we, instead of going to the vet and getting them Frontline or the Revolution or those chemical-based products, we found a product called Cajuput oil that we can put on them. So 2 nights ago, I go to sleep. We had dosed the cats that day. I wake up with like literally 20 flea bites in my flippin' bed while I'm sleeping. What the F is that? Okay, bugs. I don't like them. I know they're part of our ecosystem, and I'm totally fine with that. But don't like encroach on myself. You know, don't bite me, please. I'm doing my best to improve my blood so that I'm less inclined to be eaten by mosquitoes, because if you're high in vitamin B, then mosquitoes won't want to eat you as much, which is a wonderful thing. Thank goodness that I have people with knowledge in my life that can teach me things like that. So I'm not taking vitamin B vitamins. I am trying to eat more greens because a lot of greens have B vitamins, especially asparagus. Maybe wrapped in bacon is a little bit, you know, canceling out what I want to do with the greens, but you know, bacon's fabulous, so I'm not going to complain about that. Bug bites, they suck. Who's going to disagree with me there? Everyone hates bug bites, right? Okay, so let's see. This one is funny. It's funny because it's true, and y'all know it's true. People that think they're funny, but they're not funny. If you think you're being funny and no one's laughing, you should really think about that. A lot of times I think I'm being funny. I at least invoke a smile in people when I'm being funny. Okay, that's the base of being funny. You gotta at least, somebody's gotta at least grin. If you haven't changed the person's facial expression that you are talking to, you're not funny. Okay? Not everybody is funny. That's okay. You've got something else about you that's great. I'm sure of it, because we all have great traits. But being funny is not one of them, okay? I'm just saying. And we'll leave it at that. Moving on to the list, because we're already at 13 minutes. I'm probably going to have to pick this up. Oh, this is a good one. Unintelligent people. Unintelligent actions. I'm talking about being obtuse, which is failing to see another person's point of view. Being closed-minded, same thing. Being racist. I've spent a lot of days on YouTube recently watching a bunch of people's posts about Cat Williams being racist against Mexicans because of whatever happened last year. I watched the post, whatever. I'm not going to get into that. But I'm going to get into what racism is basically you think you're better than that other race. That's BS. Nobody's better than anyone. We're all here together, and the point of being on this earth is trying to get along. You know, we all need to kind of figure out a way to live with one another. All these things that bother me that are related to people, I don't really let it get to me. There are times when I get really irritated by it. I gotta just goose fraba. You know what I'm saying? I gotta just chill out. I gotta just take a deep breath. It's gonna be okay. We all get a little wound up sometimes. I'm learning to think a minute before I speak and to think a minute before I react. I've had a big problem with that in my life, and I'm at my square one again, so I gotta get back with that. And so does a lot of other people. I think a lot of people need to react more slowly. I am definitely on that list. I'm one of those people for sure. So, okay, we're at about 15 minutes, so I'm going to drop it there. There will be a part 2, maybe later today, maybe tomorrow, I don't know, because I got to go walk with my mom now, because I got to exercise, because I got to lose weight. So anyway, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for watching, and please comment back. Let me know what you think about all that jazz that I was just saying, and have a wonderful day.